Thank you. Senator Justice.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Ranking Member. I guess if I could just talk to all of you, I would say to Mr. Lindbergh, to Mr. Westhill, to your families, thank you so much for being here in every way. And Governor, it's a real honor to have you because you've come a long ways and you've come a long ways in support. All of you that are sitting out here are basically wondering, well, really, what's going to happen? What's going to happen? These two individuals, it couldn't be more diverse if you really think about it, from civil rights to trade. It's a long, long ways apart, isn't it? But really, when it really boils down to it, you are Team Ag today. And Coach Tuberville, is a great friend and a great coach. And I've been a coach a long time too. And I can tell you that without any doubt, it is all about team. Now, the bottom line of the whole thing is just this and just this alone. Today, especially in our fields today, farmers are out there, they're busting their butt, the most productive engine in all the land could ever be, and they're worried. They're worried to death because from the standpoint of our trade deals, we would all be just frivolous if we were to sit back and say, yeah, it's going pretty good. Well, it's not going pretty good. That's all there is to it. With all in me, I would just tell all of us on both sides of the aisle, all of us on now Team Ag, without any question, we got to do something. You got to do something right now. And really, if you're coming to the table and it's going to be just beating a day and the same old, and absolutely able to say, I'm an undersecretary or I'm a, whatever it may be, and really what you have in your fingertips is just this. We're losing this battle. Our farmers and our ranchers are in real trouble. Real trouble. You see, my family has a family farm, and we grew it to a great big farm. But with all that being said, I know what's going on. I really do know. And I can positively tell you that our farm families, our ranch families are hurting. And they're really worried because absolutely with all that in them, they see their products and they see we've got to absolutely market our products. We do have to have our commodity prices higher, or we've got to have our input costs go way, way, way down. Now, with all that being said, I've got just a couple of really quick questions. And the question that I have more than anything is just this. To you, Mr. Lindbergh, can you speak to what the first steps you might take to help President Trump's trade agenda to ensure that farmers and ranchers as well are not caught in the middle of the crossfire while he fights to some way, somehow, even out trade? Everybody is so hung up on, are the tariffs good or the tariffs bad and everything. He is trying to right America to where we are absolutely building something in America and absolutely right trade to where other countries are not taking advantage of us all the time. Please answer.
Senator, thank you for the question and for our time together before this. So we spoke, and I look forward to working with you in exactly solving this problem. From my perspective, President Trump has already begun the process of righting this wrong and righting this ship. You said you were a coach previously. I believe you can't win the game unless you have a strategy to win the game. And the way in which I think we win this game is by inviting our farm groups in, as I mentioned to the chairman's initial question to me, and figuring out what are those markets where we're deficient? What are those opportunities where we can get more sales? what are the exact commodities and what are the dollar values we can expect if we have a game plan in place. And then it's our job to go knock those trade barriers down and get those market access opportunities. And then it's the business's responsibility, the farmers, the associations, all the groups that support our folks to get out there and win the day alongside us. And so for me, it's taking a strategic and very targeted approach, getting a game plan together, and then executing on it. And I commit to doing that with you.
The only other thing I have is, Mr. Westhill, I've got a great question here and everything. I'm out of time, but I can tell you just this. I congratulate your son on his athletics. The only thing that we have to differ with and everything is you went to the University of North Carolina, and my daughter played basketball for Clemson for a little while. So other than that, we're in great shape. And the only thing I would add is just this. Everybody here should know, and I think I'm correct about this, years and years ago, they said to our farmers, what is the value in a box of cornflakes if corn were $3 a bushel? What's the value of the corn in that box? I think it was a third of a penny. Our farmers and ranchers need us, and they need us all right now. We shouldn't forget that. Thank you so much.